Hey y'all, Faith Kelly and Caswyn Moon here, and well, we are sitting in our driveway once again, getting ready to get back in the New York groove. We're going to open mic tonight in Mountain Dale at the Dale. If you're watching this video earlier in the day, as I'm hoping to intend to post it, come on out tonight. Come on out and jam or play some songs and eat the effing pizza. As you guys might have known, we've been on a bit of a hiatus from open mic. Due to this nasty ass pneumonia flu A crap going around. But we're feeling much better, and especially after playing our show on, what was that, last Friday in Stroudsburg?
Yep.
We're feeling much better and really looking forward to getting out there and jamming with our friends. And as for, I mean, us, it's like we kind of woke up and we're like, oh my God, this tour is in 5 weeks. Wow, I just noticed that these mushrooms growing on that little tree right out there.
Everywhere.
I have a thing called zoom eyes. It's when you love spotting like wild mushrooms in the woods. And so like I'll see something and it's like my eyeballs like camera zoom in on them really quickly. And then I have to announce what I've seen. So, but we're kind of getting back into the groove, trying to hustle a lot so we can raise some funds, for this next big tour and the new laptop, and getting this van up to par to go cross country again. So with that, I was meditating on it the other day, and for those of you guys who, depending on how long you've known me, about 5 years ago, I was painting a lot. I paint planets, and there's a long story behind it, but I felt inspired because as we were cleaning, we're doing some winter cleaning, I found a bunch of canvas and paint and polyurethane, and I was like, maybe I'll paint some planets. So I did, and I just want to thank you so much, Danny and Tara, for being the first two people who ordered commissions from me. Basically what this project is, and I'll go inside here in a minute, I'll cut there and we'll cut back to the van. But basically how the project started is I made an album cover for Back to the Warmth a long time ago, and I liked making the planet so much, I started painting planets for people. And if you want me to paint your planet, I kind of charge by the size of the canvas, because I use a lot of paint. But it's basically you order by size, but you also send me a questionnaire, and I like to meditate on who I'm painting for. I didn't want to make like a bunch of paintings and try to sell them. I wanted to make paintings with someone in mind. So basically I asked people your happy place, what you think the meaning of existence is, and the soundtrack to your life. And that's one of my favorite parts about the project is, and maybe I'll talk a little bit more.
Just like listening to the music.
Yeah, well, I discover a lot of music that way because I kind of get stuck in the music that I love, and I know and I love very easily, so it's hard for me to like check out new things. But like Danny was really cool. I'll tell you about the playlist when we're inside looking at the paintings, but she sent a YouTube playlist of music videos, so I got to like watch music videos. It was a very Gorillaz based playlist, and I love the Gorillaz. If you know how to find my old YouTube videos from when I was like 12, I stole a lot of their music, but I was 12, So, and then Tara sent a really awesome Spotify playlist, and it was cool because there was a lot of music, and I'll talk about this more in there, but there was a lot of music that I'd never heard of before, and then a lot of music that I was like, yes, I love this song. So, both really, really fun rides and experiences to paint these planets, and I'll show them to you here in a second. But so I'm painting planets. If you're interested in them, the cool thing is I prefer to deliver them to people if there's a way that I can hand you the planet, partially because it saves on shipping, and it's art, and there's only one piece of art like this. I don't do prints, because they're touchable and textural. You can't print that. So I make one painting per person.
You can't print that.
You can't print that. I mean, I will, if you buy it too, I'll make it too.
I like sometimes the textures are nice.
My favorite thing,
especially the stars.
Yeah, my favorite, although sometimes depending on, I try not to make them too pointy because I've rubbed my hand over them. And I'm like, ah. But one of my favorite things, like I started doing this in 2018, and between 2018, maybe 17, it might have been winter to 17. But between those years and about 2021, I painted over 200 planets for 200 different people. And I even what the buck is up in Holly. They they had me paint a deer, like a big, I'll put a picture of the deer here. Um a big giant deer, and I put 42 planets on it. And I made it like a space deer, and I guess they auctioned them off, and we didn't see any fun fiscal comeback on it. But it was a fun project. So I've been painting these planets for a long time. I've done many of them, and it was really, really fun and fulfilling
I
to
enjoy
paint them
watching the
again.
process.
Well, the cool thing is when I was doing them, what, 4 years ago, I wasn't editing the way I do now. Like I know how to do a time lapse video. I've done many of them on like the kazoos and um whatever the heck we do. But now also my cell phone has enough space to record for an hour, so I think that's pretty much
That's pretty cool.
like, yeah, my previous tech would barely record for like 20 minutes before I had to delete stuff. And but I did upgrade cell phones earlier this year, and it was a big thing. But so doing the time lapse video, I always wanted to do that with the paintings. And like basically the other day when I was done with Danny's painting, I was like, oh my god, I gotta time lapse this right now just so I can see it, and then picking out I had a lot of fun. So it was a lot of fun. And if you're interested in buying one, reach out to me, Instagram, Faith Kelly Art, or through YouTube or whatever. I would love to paint your planet, and it goes right into keeping the rock rolling on. As it's not a cheap thing, but it is a possible thing. You can do it within your means if you're smart. Um, so yeah, man, I'm gonna, you know what?
Crafty.
This is what I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna cut to what I'm gonna record after. I'm gonna go for a jog here. We're getting things done. We're catching up on the 2 months that we had off due to illness and weather bullshit. So we're catching up. But
Playing catch up.
I'm gonna pop into the house, not now, after I record, but to you it makes sense. And I want to show you these planets and talk a little bit more about the process. So here's the planets. All right, now we're inside, and welcome to my little studio that I put together. I actually cleared off the table, and I've been painting. So I wanted to show you these paintings and a little bit of history and talk about them a little bit more. These are the two I just finished. This is the first one back from a 4-year hiatus making paintings. This is Planet Danny. And this is still drying, so I'm not going to touch it. I just did the polyurethane. I do a very thick coat so it stays stays together for a very long time. But yeah, this is Planet Danny. Sign the back little message. They also come with a piece of paper with a little story about the planet that I hand write out. But I didn't make that for them yet, so that's personal. You have to get a planet to get one of those. And then over here is Planet Terra, and this was a lot of fun to do too. I feel like, hold on, I gotta talk about Danny's planet just a little bit longer. I know Danny from 8th Day Brewing out in Chagrin Falls, Ohio, and when she messaged me about it, I was so excited. Her answers were really cool, and this was inspired about her idea for the meaning of existence had stuff to do with like interconnectedness and cellular makeup, and how life is just cells built on cells. So I had looked up a human cell, and it doesn't look like a human cell, but I made some notes on it. The kind of stuff on the inside, and a little bit of, I don't know all the correct terms, but I kind of used the photo for a little bit of inspiration. And her playlist was so much fun, man. She had this Gorillaz playlist of all these music videos, and I've really liked the Gorillaz for a very long time, but there was a lot of songs on here I didn't hear, and it was a blast and so much fun to jump back into this project with this playlist. So thank you so much, Danny. I can't wait to deliver this to you in 2 weeks when we go to the Fosnot Festival. And then now I'll talk about Terrace Planet. This is Terrace Planet, and we met at Cab Frank's. I guess she was at one of our shows, and she reached out and she had sent just such a fun list about, I had never heard of this term before, but cottagecore. And her playlist was so freaking fun. She sent a Spotify playlist. And when you send, this is for the soundtrack of your life. I never heard, I think it was Rings of Saturn by this Alana. I never heard of this person, but I really enjoyed the song. In Lavender Fields, never heard of him, but it was so much fun. And then as we went down the list, it was a lot of music. I didn't know Goose, I didn't know Moon Taxi. Then she comes in hot with Pink Floyd's Breathe. I was so stoked. And then I never heard that David Bowie song. Both of these David Bowie songs, I never heard them. Or the Labyrinth song I hadn't heard in so long. So I was getting pumped. And then I thought I was getting even more pumped. And then I never heard this Incubus song, which I really liked them a long time ago. That one caught me off guard and was a lot of fun to paint to. She came in hot with some Fleetwood Mac, some Fish, some David Matthews, some Cream. And then she puts Rusted Root on there. And that, I think my first concert ever I attribute to Rusted Root, because I guess I was inside my mom at Woodstock 93. And so Rusted Root goes very, very deep back with me. And I was lit. And then she ended it with Eclipse by Pink Floyd. Solid playlist. If you want this playlist, I think, Tara, you should just make playlists. This was so much freaking fun. And so her answers had a lot to do kind of with the mystery of the universe and love connecting all beings and stuff. So I threw a little heart with a googly eye in there. She got 3 googly eyes too. But this one is going to be a lot of fun to touch. But this is still drying pretty well. But she also liked, with the cottagecore, she mentioned like rivers and oceans and like land. So I kind of put, that's my idea of her little cottage up on that mountain overlooking all the land. Yeah, cottagecore. I didn't know about it. I pulled up some cottages too for some inspiration, but I didn't need, with both these planets, I really didn't need too much inspiration from photos online because the answers were so great, and for 2 very lovely people. So, and of course, little message on the back, card in there too when I actually get to hand it to you on Monday at the brewery. But thank you so much, Tara. This was a lot of fun. And then real quickly, just before we get off the topic of the paintings, I wanted to give you just a little history. This is actually Caswyn Moon's painting. This is the last painting I did before I took a little hiatus and we got really into the music and the touring and all that. And obviously it's Caswyn Moon. There's a moon in it, but he's holding the camera right now. It has I think all the colors of you in it and has a lot of fun drips. I always love the purple and black up in there, and very Aqua Terra. A lot of blues, a lot of Aqua Terra for my man. So that was Kaz's painting. These are actually just polyurethane. This one today too, but then just a few of the older ones. This is the first one I ever did, and you can see how far they've come. I did this about 20 minutes before going to work at Domino's Pizza when I lived in the Poconos. It's my first day. It was a miserable day other than painting this planet. So I had an idea and I got it done, and then it's kind of transformed into this project. So this is the very first one. I don't have there was 4 tiny little acid paintings I did, but they're upstairs. If you want to see them, I'll show you later. But this is the first OG one, and it's for the Back to the Warmth album. But then, just a few little guys here I had sitting around the house. This is another one, just painted for the Aqua Terra. Sometimes I would just use extra paint and sell them at the adoption center on my Facebook page, but this was a fun one I did a long time ago. It's my Tree of Life, and kind of goes both ways with the ground and the roots and the trees. This is inspired. As you can see, this is where I can actually show you the touchable and textural, because I kind of brushed the sides there to get that spiral effect, and you can touch every one of the stars. But they're a lot of fun. It's honestly my favorite part in handing. What I was saying, I think I had a moment where I saw a mushroom and I forgot what I was telling y'all. But one of my favorite things about handing these planets to someone, I always prefer to deliver them when I can instead of shipping them, which I will ship. That's okay. Is handing them over, and the first thing people usually do when they get it is touch them, and it's cool, man. We touch our phones a lot, and this is just something real. that you can touch. So this is just a planet. This is just I think I dedicated this one to Aquaterra back in 2021. And then this one just came with me because this is my all-seeing eye planet. This is based on probably a mushroom trip I had, something I saw in the sky. But it's a fun, touchable and textural one too. I pulled it off the wall. We have them all around. It's just I like painting like this. I didn't go to school or anything for this. I'm not trained. I just like painting planets in cool colored circles. So if you want one, let me know. I'd love to paint your planet. What? Oh my god. Well, I'm excited, you know? It's
Yeah.
like when I'm
super
excited, the true nerd inside of me comes out. You know what I mean? Like you know, it's I'm rock and roll, but I was a nerd first, you know. So yeah, guys, painting planets. Also, I did add up on the Bandcamp page the long sleeve sleeve shirts. Long sleeve couple of Wanderers classic shirt, and we will sign I'll post a few of the ones that I've done here. We will sign the back of them with a lyric, so just like a short lyric or something. But if you have one in mind, or we can randomize it, any of Kaz's songs, any of my songs, we'll both sign it though. I did one for Cassandra this week, and I'm really excited to see that shirt on her. Or both. Yeah. We could do a half and half. I'm really excited to see that shirt on Cassandra. I think she's going to make it look real spunky.
Yep.
So thank you guys for the support. It's getting us hyped to...
She can chop that shirt up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, because the long sleeve is nice, but it is white, so there's a lot of blank canvas effect to it. So if you want one, they're there. I am thinking about doing an unhinged collection on the Spotify. The Shopify. Remember the open mics save live shirts? They're still up and for sale on our...
I gotta order a new one.
Oh, it's Printify.
I gave mine away to...
Jared.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're up on the Printify, and I was thinking about adding some stuff over there, the Unhinged collection. Like, what else am I going to do with that American ass photo?
What are you going to do with it?
It should be hanging in Kenny's garage. Like, it should be hanging in Mechanics.
It should be in garages across the country. Yep.
It's a classic, timeless photo, you know?
It's the kind you see inside, like, old school locker.
It's so true. Would you buy that? Would you guys buy that photo if I paid it? What would excuse me.
Spencer Printing does posters, right?
Yeah. Well, with Printify, they buy it online. It's made to order.
Oh, far out.
So we could get some in stock for the tour. Or people can just go buy it, and because sometimes y'all don't get to come to a show, and
you don't see a lot of posters anymore, man.
Yeah,
people used to hang posters.
We got to bring back the poster. Yeah. But then there's also the Gulch. Got Gulched.
That's gonna happen
for the biz. I think I might design that this weekend. It's gonna be a snow day weekend.
I see a couple different things on the back, like in the corner.
Well, also we're coming up with a design for this 2025 Still Alive tour, because we are still alive. Felt like I wasn't going to be last week. Holy crap. Well, 2 weeks ago now. You
start at the Royale and the Grand, and then you
make a circle.
End up in the Gulch eventually.
Speaking of which, the tour is really coming together. I'm hoping to announce it by March 1st. Which March 1st, we will be in Ohio playing the Fosnot Festival out in Akron. So there are tickets that you can buy to that if you're out in Ohio and you want to come out.
Come out for Fosnot.
I got no idea what to expect, but I think it's going to be a really wonderful time. And thank you, John Vine, for inviting us. He found out about Couple Wanderers through TikTok. And it's always kind of nice when you go, all right, all that posting it worked. We made a friend.
It worked out. This is going to be a very interesting shindig.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of research. And it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
I want to have a Fosnot.
I don't know, man. It gives me
Fosnot review.
It gives me Mummer vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it.
I get a little bit of Mummer vibes from it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for that one. And then we leave for tour, I think it's March 29th, so we will be announcing that very soon. If you want to support the tour in any way, you can buy Planet, you can buy some merch, you can like this video and subscribe to it, share it with some friends. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That would be super cool. You can watch our 8-hour long videos when you're sleeping.
We should send Tink the info for the Frost Nut Festival.
Yeah.
It might be something they
might like that. Yeah,
they might be into that.
But also, just want to let you guys know, excuse me, we do have the Patreon. We're still posting up on those. Well, the Faith Kelly Patreon, I did post some, it's summer all year long on my Patreon. And that's the personal Faith Kelly Patreon. I was going to take it down when I started Couple of Wanderers, but people were sticking around. So why not have some fun over there?
Stuck around.
It's a different vibe on that Patreon. But then the Couple of Wanderers Patreon, we are getting more active over there, and you can sponsor us a gallon of gas a month, and you get access to pre-releases and full-length shows, and sometimes we'll post some pictures in there. Would love to get more active on those, so if you're interested, that's available. And then also, if you go to faithkelly.com, there is the Support the Journey page, and we are accepting sponsors for this tour. And sponsors, basically, I think it's. Oh, hey, we'll get a thingy. We'll get a thingy. No, you better believe I'm back. I love that song. I feel like I'm back in the New York groove. But if you are interested in sponsoring the tour,
a close call, wasn't it?
I think it needs to be like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like I see.
But that little riff right there.
We'll see.
You never know what's gonna set them off.
We'll see if the copyright gets it, but we're not monetized yet, so it don't really matter.
Yeah. That's weird, man.
It's.
Oh yeah, it could be the electric chords. You don't know.
Huh? That could be. Yeah.
It could be the electric chords.
I think we'll be all right.
You don't know.
But if you go to faithkelly.com, we got the Support the Journey page. Anyone who sponsors $100 of the tour minimum gets on the back of the t-shirt and on the poster, especially like if you have a logo. Like I said, we're trying to get this van up to shape, trying to save up for a new van, getting that new laptop.
Gotta give Kenny a call, man.
Yeah. Kenny, maybe we'll make Kenny a poster. I just feel like it will fit in that
garage,
setting.
Yeah, it's a garage poster.
It is a garage poster. Or like the poster, one might have in their closet so that their parents don't see. In the 80s, like, Mom, no!
Mom, don't go in my room. Go in my room.
But yeah, so that's available, and we're just if you're watching this video, thank you guys so much. We're excited to announce these things. Halfway Decent is going to be dropping. I'm aiming for April Fool's Day.
Aiming for aiming.
Aiming. So with that, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up. The weather is it's still like 5 degrees out, but I think next week it's going to be the 30s. So that's what they say. It's
like
been
springtime.
This winter has been
like a Michigan spring.
Relentless and has had no mercy, for real.
30 degrees is like Michigan spring. That's when they started to put the shorts on the Crocs.
Yeah, I mean, I'd do it too, man.
Anyway.
Yeah, y'all. So thank you guys for watching and being a part of these. We got the Dale open mic tonight. Excited to get back there and see our friends. This weekend we're off. We're just going to be doing we'll probably post about the Dale open mic tonight. But on Monday, it is the Catskill Brewery open mic, last Monday of the month open mic, which it's probably going to be the second to last Monday, because we're not going to be here March 31st. We're going to be driving to Beloit, Kansas. So we're probably going to adjust the schedule a little bit, and then I'll talk to Cassie and see what we should do about April, because we won't be here that whole entire month. Maybe we'll do 2 in May. We'll see. The Rock Gods will fill our schedule.
Yep.
For sure. So I think that's about it. I mean, I could go into details on tour, but maybe we'll talk about that a little once we announce it.
We only know what we think we know,
Anything can happen. I thought I was going to Florida in January, Psych. And instead I was couched. Psych. I was couched and yeah, y'all. I might, look, guys, I'm just being real. If I'm a little less huggy and handshaky and like kind of doing that like space thing, it's not you. I mean, it might be you, but it's also
season,
me.
Man.
It's just, it's a...
Check out Jaguardini.
Show that. Guys, this is Jagradini. He's a friend from Harrisonburg. He's been featured on the channel a few times. Oh wait, don't do the music. Just show. Just show. They have to go find him. Look at that guy. I miss Ivan. Him and Flicker need to meet.
He played at the Dale.
Don't you think him and Flicker, like, they're like similar people but two different color palettes?
That'd be a great fucking show.
Yeah. Yo, I think, speaking of Bisbee, I can't get too much into it because I'm trying to make it a surprise. But I do know that 20 Foot Neon Jesus and Big Dick are celebrating, I think, Kate's party at Hitching Post. I think that's like tonight or tomorrow. It's sometime this weekend. Can you look it up? Can you see that?
What are we doing?
Big Dick.
Big Dick.
Or 20 Foot Neon Jesus. These are, if you guys don't know these two, they're just some of my favorite performers.
There it is.
Yeah, is that February 22nd? So if you're out there, let me see if we can get that glare off. Catch that show for me because I really wish I could. I love these people. Yeah, without giving too much of it away.
It's gonna be a hell of a show.
We've been booking this tour, and originally I thought we were gonna take a week and go to like Vegas and the southern side of Utah and maybe even dip a toe.
Utah.
Probably not dip a toe into California, but we're gonna. Next time I go to California, I want to go to Pacifica, man. I would like to take you to Winter's Tavern. That's a cool spot. But that would be on a northern run. But what happened is, one thing led to another. We're looking at the schedule and we said, there's one weekend we're going to Jerome in Miami and Hubert? It's Aztec. Overgard. And I thought we would come down and do that through the north, but then Bisbee Badassery offered us a show the Sunday before. So we're going to be in Bisbee 2 weeks now. Not saying we're not going to drive out to Tucson or Sierra Vista and play a show. I'm reaching out to people now that there's been like a slight change in routing. But Bisbee is definitely going to be our home base for about 2 weeks in April. Really excited. If there's anything you want us to check out or show you about this town, we've done a lot of videos on it. Just had a great phone call with the Kiwis. Really excited to see them. It's
love them.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see him again.
I can't wait to see. I just feel like I've been in the house, like between getting back, painting and being sick and getting back on my feet with you and just cleaning. I'm excited to see our friends between the Dale tonight and Catskill Brewery on Monday and going out on tour.
Gonna make that hummus.
Oh, should I bring the hummus? Or should we switch it up?
Nah, you know what?
Is the hummus like a thing now? Like
the hummus, I think it's like it's a brewery thing because it goes really good with beer.
It does go good with the beer.
Some tortilla chips.
And everyone's on the same garlic level.
Yeah, and everybody
not just me.
Nobody's getting knocked out because everybody smells like the same. It's a great equalizer.
Well, you know what? If rock and roll don't work out for me, maybe I'll go into the hummus business. You guys should come out.
Appalachian inspired hummus.
It's Appalachian inspired hummus. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go for my jog and go film this little painting scene and post this. And then get ready. I got some auditions tomorrow. So we love y'all, and we will see you in the next one. I forgot that part.